Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video planned out for you guys. I've actually got 3 right now on my list that I want to do, so I'm probably going to film a couple this evening and have it ready to go tomorrow. But today I want to do a video about gold and silver in terms of the beatdown that we saw a small pullback. A couple people wanted to make comments, came out of the woodwork about how gold and silver got beat down today. And, did it really get beat down? We saw silver go down to $31.60 roughly. Minor to me. I'm not stressing it at all. $30.60. We're already back almost up to $32. And look at this acceleration. You're seeing it really climb. And I think that's important that we talk about this, what's happening. And it wasn't just in that. We also saw the beat down with gold. Gold came all the way down to $28,080 roughly. Yeah, hey, it dipped down, but that ain't the end of the world. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I got a lot of great videos planned out for the next couple of days, so don't miss any of them. So what really happened today? I mean, yeah, we saw gold and silver see some selling off. We saw some paper contracts hit the market. A lot of people are looking at different investments. They're looking at their stocks. They're looking at the economy. Some of them are even looking at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been kind of getting beat down a little bit, having a hard time really even staying above 95,000 right now. Do I think it will eventually go back up to 100? Yeah, but do I think it will eventually crash? Absolutely. What defines a crash? Any kind of a huge pullback that takes a really good amount of time to regain that would be considered a crash to me. A crash is not a one-day pullback on gold or silver or whatever, really. A one-day pullback, maybe even a 2-day pullback. If by the end of the week we're right back where we were and even higher, that's not a pullback. And that's no reason, in my opinion, to be nervous about your investments. The truth of the matter is, if you're stacking precious metals, you're going to be in a really good spot. And a lot of people are starting to realize that. A lot of big money knows this. That's why they're positioning themselves. You're probably not going to hear them come out and talk about it, because you saw what happened to the Hunt brothers when they talked about it. You saw what happened to Warren Buffett when he talked about it. We see time and time again, whenever anybody major, a key player, comes out of the woodwork and talks about it, it doesn't take long before they switch their story. I was actually reading some comments today about Robert Kiyosaki and how, he used to be big on talking about gold and silver. Now what's he talking about? Bitcoin. And I get such a kick out of it because some people can read through it. They say someone's got something on him. Some people say he's a crook anyway. And, the truth of the matter is, establishment does not want big players talking about gold and silver. Why? If it's such a bad investment, why do they care if we talk about it or not? If you want to gamble your money away, they're not going to diss you on that. If you want to throw your money in the trash, they're not going to diss you on that. Then why is it when people buy gold and silver, they have such a big problem with it? The truth of the matter is, it's because they want it for themselves. They recognize that it is a good investment. And I know some people out there are going to say gold and silver is not an investment, it's a wealth preservation. And I've heard all of that before. And to a point, you're right, but it can be both. It can be both. It can be a wealth preservation and an investment. Well, why would it be an investment? Because even though it's preserving your wealth, it is going up in value. And is it giving you more purchasing power? Someone left me a comment the other day and said that even though gold and silver is going up, it ain't going to do you any good because the price of everything else is going up with it. And to a certain point, I will not lie, that is partially correct. When gold and silver goes up, everything else is going up. But see, what's happening right now is there's a certain amount of manipulation in the markets which are holding it down. Which means if you're buying it now, you're buying it at a cheaper price than it should be. It would be an equivalent to you being able to buy a house at 10 years ago price, 5 years ago prices. Do you think, I mean, think about that. Housing prices are going up. They started going up, let's say 5 years ago. I mean, they've been going up indefinitely, but let's just say 5 years ago, they were going up. And 5 years ago, someone decided, we're going to hold the price down. We're going to spend whatever we have to do to keep the price of houses at this price. Okay. What would people do? Well, they'd want to buy a house. They would want to buy a house because they see it happening. As the house goes up in value, it's going to get harder and harder to keep people from buying those houses at half the price. And that's exactly what's happening with gold and silver right now. Specifically, silver. And I plan on talking tomorrow about why silver is a better investment, either tomorrow or the next day, because I had some comments on that today that I understand where people are coming from when they look at an overall length. But I think people miss the picture of the big gains that happen instantly. And I'm not in anything for the long term. I've told you guys time and time again, if silver was to go to the moon today, I would be looking for an out to trade some of my silver for something else. Now, I don't want cash. I don't want paper. A dream house, I would definitely trade some silver out for that. A new car, I would definitely trade some silver out for that. Some cool toys, maybe some gold. I definitely wouldn't want paper currency. And a lot of people are confused. I don't buy silver or any investment just to hold it indefinitely. I buy it to preserve my wealth, and I buy it because, in my opinion, it's the number one item to buy right now. It's so heavily manipulated down. I mean, think about it. Everything else has hit new all-time highs except for silver. And I don't just mean metals. I mean the price of beef, the price of cotton, the price of oil, the price of everything. Everything is going up. Now, someone might be able to pull something out of the woodwork that maybe is cheaper today than it was in 1980, but I think very few people, you won't find much. There might be something out there that maybe it's obsolete, maybe it's crashed, who knows. But in general, everything has gone up in price. And silver, they are just being so greedy, trying to manipulate it down, that it's just blatantly obvious. It's blatantly obvious that people believe that a commodity can't even surpass its 1980 high. Now, some people will say you're cherry picking with 1980, and you're right, I am. 1980, whether you believe it was the Hunt brothers, whether you believe it was inflation, whether you believe it was whatever, I did cherry pick that number. But here's the thing. Things are worse today than they were in the past, and silver is still not even close to its all-time high. In fact, silver's sitting at $32, but I'm going to say 30 for easy math. We're still a huge percentage away going to 50. So the fact is, in my opinion, silver should be closer to 50. And I think we're going to eventually see it jump there. Now, when is it going to jump? That's the $1 million question that everybody wants to know. It's probably not going to jump until something major happens, like they default. They don't have enough silver to meet demand. I mean, they don't have it now, but to meet their deliveries is what I should have said. And as that will eventually happen, it will put more and more strain on the system because more and more people will want it. Kind of like gold. I mean, think about it. Gold has a 6-week delay right now. Everybody is demanding, or not everybody, but a lot of people want physical gold. It's been in the media. It's been in the news. Everybody's talking about it. But look what happened today. Gold got slammed down about $100 overall. I mean, granted, we're already climbing back up. And it will see another all-time high probably next week for sure, if we don't see it by Friday. But I don't think they will let it go up much this week. They want to see the pullback for at least over a weekend, carry through the weekend, and then they're going to talk all the trash they can talk about it. But the truth of the matter, too, is this manipulation that we're seeing also is like a beach ball. I've used that term many of times. If you go jump in a pool and you hold a beach ball underwater, what happens? You're holding it there. You can't hold it there forever. As soon as you let go of that beach ball, all of that compressed energy that wants to pull it to the surface, it eventually will. And when it does, it jumps out of the pool. It literally will go up in the air. And it will overshoot what it should be. Because right now, it's being held down. It's like a compressed spring. All that extra energy is sitting in that spring as it's compressed. Once that spring is released, it shoots out. And once people realize what's happening, you realize, well, man, I got to get myself some silver because this is starting to get crazy. Eventually, the majority of the silver will be bought up. And they will blame it on probably a couple of banks will take the heat for these huge short positions that they borrowed and then they couldn't pay and then the price went up. And then we found out that, oh my word, we didn't know there was this little silver out there. And then the price will skyrocket. And then a company like JP Morgan will come to the rescue to a certain point. And, well, we got silver. We'll sell it, but we're going to sell it for this price. And at that point, they'll be probably trying to push it even higher because they're going to want to get every dollar. They will sell their silver for a certain amount of money, but it will not be $30, $35. I can almost guarantee you that. They're going to want to see the $50 silver again. They're going to want to see $100 silver again. They're going to want to see these big spikes. I mean, when silver shot all the way up to $50 in 2011, who do you think was there to sell it? I mean, yes, there was everyday people like me and you selling it, but do you think we could supply the demand that was in place? No. The average stacker might have gone to the coin shop, sold some off, and people were buying like crazy. A common thing I hear is when silver hits $100 or $1,000, ain't no one going to buy it. You're just wasting your time if you think they will. Well, let me put it this way. If there's someone out there that's willing to pay $100 or $1,000, there's going to be even more people that are willing to pay $90 or $950. Why? Because it's supply and demand. They're going to want to mark it up a little bit, and they're going to resell it. They're going to want to get rid of it real quick. I won't lie on that. I mean, even me, if I see silver's at $100 and someone says, I'll sell it to you for $90. Okay, I'll buy it at $90. Why would I buy it at $90? Because I think I can find someone that will buy it at $100 and I can make a profit. If silver's at $1,000, why would I buy it at $1,000? Because the truth of the matter is someone might pay $1,050. I mean, you look at gold. You think that in the past when, well, we'll even talk about silver since we're talking about silver right now. When silver was, I don't know, what was it here? 375 roughly? Let's see if I can get that exact line right there. 475, my bad. When silver was 475, do you think anybody said, oh yeah, it's going to 50? No, they didn't. And there was a lot of people that said no one would buy it at 50. Sure enough, people kept buying it. People kept on buying it because greed set in. And greed will always set in whenever something starts climbing. You know, you take Bitcoin. How many of us said Bitcoin would never hit 100,000? Well, you know, it got up to 108,000. And greed set in, and some people are still buying it at that price. And now they're buying it at 95. But smart money is dumping it. Don't be fooled by this idea that, oh, Trump is going to launch a Bitcoin strategic fund, and once the U.S. starts buying it, okay, yeah, I'll be honest. Once the U.S. starts buying it, it would probably catapult it a whole lot higher. Is the U.S. going to buy it? If the U.S. wanted to buy it, they would have already bought it. They would not have ran their mouth and told everybody so everybody else could get in on it. And yet, here we are. They still haven't done it. Oh, well, the banks are going to adopt it. They're making it easier for the banks to adopt it. Okay, they are making it easier. They're making it easier for people to do what they want with their money to a certain point. If you want to buy Bitcoin, go ahead and buy Bitcoin. That's what they're saying now. They're starting to shift that way. Well, you know what that keeps their money out of? It means they're not buying gold and they're not buying silver. You know, the less people buy gold and silver, the better the government is. Why? Because the government wants gold and silver. They understand that is real money. You think it's any coincidence that Ron Paul is getting asked now, how about auditing the Fed? Can we audit the Fed and this and that? Well, Elon Musk doesn't have the right to do that, is what they came out and said. But could someone else? Ron Paul maybe. Ron Paul's been hammering the Fed from day one. I'm really surprised he still talks about it or hasn't been taken care of, I guess you can say. Because anybody that challenges the Fed doesn't always end well. But right now, a lot of these politicians are stepping up, and there's a lot of challenges going on. And I would not be surprised to see them try to audit the Fed. And then we're going to find out, well, do they have the gold? Do they not have the gold? They came out and told us gold's not money. Well, why do you buy it? It's a barbaric relic. It's just something we've always done. Okay, come on. You expect us to believe that nonsense? I mean, the truth of the matter is gold and silver is a good investment. It always has been a good investment, and it always will be a good investment. It has been around since the beginning of time. Wars have been fought over it. Invasions have happened from it. Countries have eventually gone back to it when their currencies collapsed. Now, right now, we live in a world where it's all paper money, fiat currencies. Eventually, fiat currencies are going to continue to fold. And as they continue to fold more and more, that's eventually going to be it. And then it'll be like a pendulum. Things will go back to the way they were. Sound money. And if you're in front of it and you're stacking right now, well, you're in a good position because that is the key. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video here. I hope I didn't go too long. Let's take a quick look. 16 minutes. I like that. I'm going to wrap up here. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me, hit that subscribe button, help me grow my subscribers. We're trying to grow here. I put a lot of work in making these videos, and the more people hit that subscribe button, the more you guys maybe share these online and stuff, tell friends about it, send them. You got a friend that's been thinking about getting into silver, shoot them a video. I mean, here's the thing. The truth of the matter is these numbers don't lie when you look at these numbers. And someone might be able to make up some little cherry-picked comment that says silver was at $50 in 1979, and it ain't even half that. Well, it's about half that today, roughly. I mean, and I know someone might say, do you not know how to do math? Because I had that comment come up today. Okay, it's 60% of what it was then. You didn't make an argument against silver and gold. You actually made an argument for it. Nothing else is that cheap. But then if I say it, then people say you cherry-pick that number and you pick the biggest spikes in history. Okay, make up your mind. Which way do you want me to say it? So my opinion, the trend is going up. This is not coincidental. It's going to continue to go up. And then that's it. Either you have it or you don't have it. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you left me a comment. I hope you hit the thumbs up and subscribed. Special thank you to all my members. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.